What's up, YouTube? Here with another video. So this video here is a gameplay against Fiendsmith Yummy. I guess Fiendsmith Yummy is going to start being a popular deck. I see a lot more players playing this deck because you can run like a lot of hand traps also in this deck. And then I think the main problem with this deck is going second. I was watching a Triff video. He said the same thing. And I just played this deck, even though I gave it several draws. I ended still on the full Goaty inboard after he hit me with Perulia and Fualos. I ended on like Alacia and like Crocosaurus, Ravenous, Crocodragon, whatever the name is. Drawing like 2 cards off of it, having like a Magnamut in hand with like infantry, and then all the Goaty setup as well, like everything, like the Zep engrave as well also. And like once you deal with like all the bodies to stop them from like getting into like multiple, like it's really easy to like beat this deck, even if you give them a lot of draws. The only thing you really lose to is Nib, maybe, but Nib isn't the best either, because then that also stops them from extending with Marshmallow, which is like one of their pushes that they also have is like special summoning Marshmallow from the hand. So yeah, so we're just gonna get to the gameplay itself. So we're playing the 50 card build. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the 50 card list, even though 60 is strong. I think like finding like putting like 3 more 1 card starters in the deck will be a lot better for it going first. So like probably playing the Royal Penguin's Garden in that list will probably help that out a lot more, or siding it. So you can have like better siding targets for like going first, and then they also allow you to play under shifter. So that isn't that bad of what you should or could do with the deck. So be fixing that card. I'm really comfortable with this list. So here we open up Title, Prince, Fua, Shade, and Squad. He opened up Marshmallow, Ghost Bell, Valor, Engraver, and Lacrima. So here he starts with normal summon Lacrima. I don't know why he didn't just start with Marshmallow, but I guess normal summon Lacrima was what he was going for. Here I Fuwalo, since I already have Prince in hand, and Extender with Title by pitching the Squad. So me just dropping it here to see if he gives me any draws, extra draws, is really fine. He ended up passing on just Lacrima with 2 hand traps. Bell isn't the best against this deck because it's a few things we go through before we even get to even being Bell. So it's really not that hard of a list. Once he's seen the Rhine out, I think that's when he meant defeat. So going to 2, I guess that some of the benefits of playing 50 and less, you see your hand traps a lot more, so to create more non-games, so you don't have to like actually like grind through, because some of the games you do have to grind through, you really have to grind through them. So just like the second game here, we can just fast forward a little bit. He's gonna go through his combos here. Start with Marshmallow summon, going to Snatchy, place, summon back, special, bring back 2, link for Cupsy, draw, search 2, pitch 1. Special Cupsy, add surprise, link off, and then link for SP, normal summon, send Engraver, summon Engraver with Requiem, go into Necroquip, then Engraver, link into Sequence, fusion for Lacrima, add back Engraver, send to search, draw with Necroquip, draw on the talents. Glad we didn't have a hand trap to use. Here he attaches as well. So what he has is SP, he has Caesar, he has Lollipo, as well as Strike and Surprise. He really should have strike the Prince, and that probably would have just ended the turn a lot there as well. I guess he was thinking about it, but I guess he chose not to. But if he didn't have Strike, or if Strike wasn't a card, or if let's say he didn't have Strike, so we can like actually have the normal summon of Prince. Maybe sending the Lollipop to force this out would be the play, because then we can just normal summon Prince, send infantry, pop the Caesar, add a card, which would have put us in a better position. Then he would have go ahead and had to activate surprise a lot earlier, which probably could have been the play here when you think about it. Or he would have had just to activate it right after I summoned over it, and then that forces us to be able to like bounce this back to hand with Poseidra, and then we can just special summon over the SlimJae again, and then at that point he doesn't really have any more interruptions unless he used SP to banish the Gamma Seal, which I probably doubt he would do. So that could have been another way. We can just go ahead and fast forward it. I wasn't able to break the board because I guess he sensed if he would allowed, if he didn't play like the trap, or they're probably going to play the trap, so that really isn't something I could say. But the trap itself, the assist, what allowed him that last interruption to where I wasn't able to like fully break the board. So here's summon Askins add, then I end up banishing the Askins. Maybe if I would have just went ahead and just paused here, maybe if I would have just went ahead and just started trying to set up the Goaty stuff on his turn, I probably would have been in a better position, like adding Shift and banishing Shift, so that I have more cards to like fuse with, instead of doing this here. Because then I could have normal banish, or if I left this on board, maybe I could have forced him to use SlimJae earlier and just banish this. Then I could have or banish Shift, either one. I think Shift may have been better. Then he would have set these two. Would have had this for later. I could have used that to bounce, sending this. Maybe I should have done that instead of doing what I did. Maybe I should have just left his here, banished the search, go for battle, swing over 2, or try to swing over 2. Then he would have had to cookie this interruption here, force this to not be able to do anything of importance. So by getting rid of this Sykes, I gave this card a lot more value than what it should have had. Like, this should have been like, really shouldn't have been able to like start anything or protect anything for him. So I think keeping the Sykes and like banishing a Shift and then forcing out it, and then using this to go into Poseidra send, target the surprise, see what he do from there. Then at that point, I could have squad would have been engraved. I could have sent Dragoons, added a card. Then I could have Anemone, bring back squad. And at that point, I don't think he had any other play. So that may have been what I needed to do here as well. So, or I could have bounced this back to hand. Possibly. Maybe. If I did, then that would have forced him to bounce, and then he would have had a quick synchro early, or like target 2 cards to bounce back to hand, which is fine with me, I guess. But I think probably that play would have been the best play to make here. So that is something I will have to fix next time, or think a little bit deeper into, because I could have had it here, and that would have probably been just the move. I wonder if I didn't summon this and add like TS to hand. With TS, it would have been a better add, because then it would have forced him to set this TS summon, this special summon one from deck. Yes, but I still would have had to go through the Yummy assist. That would have been also another problem. So yeah. And this is where if he didn't target this to bounce back, then I would have just normal diva and then play from there. But I guess he read the play as well, so that was just going to be the end of that. Maybe if I would have just maybe added Snowpios to hand, at least I would have been able to do something. Not really. I didn't have enough. Bounce these two back, bounce those, which is really good for him, I guess. Or maybe if I'd have just went ahead and chained infantry, popping a card, I would have got a lot further, but probably not. Probably the best I could do here. Playing around talents, which is hilarious. I didn't activate a card till battle phase. Here's swing, swing over. Maybe I should have just allowed that to happen. Swing and then like hit one of these other cards. But then he could have just tagged out into another monster, which really wouldn't have changed anything really. So probably getting rid of this was probably the best thing for me to do. But yeah, so that really wasn't anything I could do there other than fixing the plays I did before. So here we open up Rhine, Magnamut, Sykes, Pike, Fuwalos. Here open up Cupsy, Fuwa, Marshmallow, Perulia. So here he didn't activate Perulia early, I guess. I guess he was just holding it to see what I would do first. But he probably should have just went ahead and activated it. Here we search for squad, activate squad, sending squad, and Ryan. Summon the Silicanth, summon Prince from deck also. Here, if I get Fuwalos and I have to play, like I'm gonna just go ahead and just try to go full all out, full inboard with all the stops. Because if you can get to full inboard, you have like so many interruptions. You have like infantry in hand. You have the 3 synchros. You have SP tag out. You have whatever other synchros you summon. I mean the 3 synchros you make on their turn. Whatever synchro you summon and whatever you summon up here. So you can summon like Alacia. Then they have to fight through an Alacia as well, which is really, really strong. Just for have like follow up and protection. Have other plays as well. Here he draw Nib. That's fine with me. I can just go ahead and get Minstrel. I was accident adding Dragoons. Add Minstrel, Minstrel Grip. Now I have free reign just to activate the chain. I'm not going to summon from hand anymore. Free reign to activate Ryan. This is here for because I play Crossout in 50, which is sometimes bad. I really want to play like another card in the side. I'd have like my space is tight. That's the only reason why this is in the main deck due to Crossout. But if I play like another card for going first, that could have been. This could have been a lot better. This would have been that instead. So pitch it since it's a free discard anyway. He draws a Fua. Here's Synchro for Arion Post. He draws into Mignon. Now he's drawing terrible cards. Here Banish Sykes, add Sinopios, Sykes, Banish Pacey, Special, Sykes, activate. Add Key, Vanish Key. Since we don't need it, we have really everything else set up. Here we go straight into the Ravenous to draw. Here Ravenous 1, Arion Post 2, Banish, draw, and add Zep, and then draw into 2 cards. Squad and Pike. Link the last 2 off for Alacia, then activate Shift and Great Banish Target Ravenous. He draw Ash last, which is good. We're done with the combo. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. 9 cards in hand, 1 will be returned, so he will end up with 8 cards at the end of the turn. We pick a Marshmallow, so that's fine. Here, activate Perulia and Fua on his turn. Like, this deck is like really limited in the, like if they don't hand trap you to death, this deck's pushes going second is like really limited. So, and that's good to know here. So he start with Marshmallow. Here you all allow the Marshmallow. You don't like Keith. what you want to do is just banish the SlimJae from deck, well, from the board. So it's gone well, it's gone until you put this in grave. So just avoid doing that. So all of my interruptions was targeting the monsters instead of the field spell. So here you add surprise. Then here I allow them to make the link. Now we just pop the link. We just allow them to just use their bodies to make more links, and then just pop them so they don't have them anymore. Here he's surprise. Special summon back Marshmallow. Marshmallow activate the add. Here he used the link effect. Special summon again. Here I just pop the link again with Ravenous. Here use Engraver. Well, tracked. I mean summon Lurie. Here I just go straight into Askins just to banish it. Even though it gives them a draw, it doesn't matter. Here target. Here he activates Nib to wipe the board. It's fine with me. To wipe the board, banish, get my search. Special. Swing over. No more token for me. That's fine. Sets the surprise. That's fine. Here we go. Draw first penguin. Special summon Keith back. Here we start with Poseidra, Sin, special. Activate Sin Dragoons, target. Here, target the Marshmallow so we don't get the add back. Here, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3. Marshmallow, Yummy, add back, add to hand, add Diva. Here he used roll, that's fine. That's the reason why I add Diva. Really wasn't no need to go straight into Prince. Here we banish. We activate Snopio's, banishing Sykes and Askins. Snopio's target itself. Banish the Goatees from grave just to get them back in rotation. Here we just link off 2 for Anemone. Activate Snope, banish, add back. And then we just summon the Zep from grave. Zep effect, well not Zep effect, but Synchro off Zep, make Synchro 8, White Aura. Destroy 2, and then we just go straight to battle. Just showing me his hand. Mid defeat, so that's how we played through the Fua. We're supposed to be a Fua and Perulia, but he would have just got 1 draw. He probably would have had 1 extra card. Then we would have had to shuffle 2 cards back. Maybe he would have got to Ash a little earlier, which he would have been a card earlier. So he would have been able to negate the Arion post search, which that's fine. It only stops me from getting to Zep in hand. Other than that, it really wouldn't have made a difference because Ravenous was chain blocked, and if we needed, we can just do it on their turn as well. So it was really nothing other than we would have just gave them a little bit more draws. But if they don't have any monsters stick to the board, it's really no way they can like actually win that game. So yeah, that's the end of the gameplay. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.